Hello everybody, how good of you to join and welcome to Medieval Dynasty, a game that's been on my radar for quite some time now, and finally with the latest update adding horses to the game and horse riding, we are finally in for a real treat here. This game is really promising. It puts you into a random sandbox map with a few towns, and well, you just have to survive in the beginning, but you gradually build up a town of your own with your own personnel, staff, people living there. You can have a wife, a family, and basically, well, a dynasty or dynasty that you build up over the course of this game with amazing graphics. Without further ado, let's get started on a new medieval life.
I used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks, I held on to that thought. Until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
Well, and that's basically it. This is where we start the game. We are in the game itself now, and as we can see, we got a quest starting a new life. Well, for those of you who played Kingdom Come Deliverance or watched it on my channel, well, the interface is pretty much the same. Actually, I think it's even a copy of it, but it's a beautiful interface, no doubt, so it's fine to copy good things, right? Here we are now. Let's just check the map real quick, and as we can see, this is the map of the whole game here. So we do have a few villages. In one of them, those villages here in Gustovia, our uncle lives, and well, we're fleeing the war and want to start a new life, and this is where we want to go. And in front of us, this beautiful map opens up in all its glory. It is, I think, summer right now. Of course, there are seasons as well, especially the winter is pretty harsh, so we need to, well, have our village up and running before winter approaches. Now, Gustovia, what I can see, is on the left. Absolutely fantastic, and down here, this is where we need to go with the new life. Just for you, a prospect of what is expecting us in this game. Well, first of all, a nice little interface with tools that we need to craft. We have skills, so whenever we do something like crafting something or building something, we get some skills in that. We have the journal for our quest, we have the map and the management, which is really interesting for our town then, because this is above all also a town management simulation game, and also a technology tree here where we can research new tags, new buildings, new tools and stuff like that. First of all, let's get to the uncle. Well, and then we are getting closer now. There's also the first field for this town here, I guess, and something like this we want to build up for ourselves. Right now, my uncle should be somewhere over there, and another cool thing about this game is that basically everything is interactable with. So we got, of course, the resources here, like a maple branch that we can take, and let's just jump over the fence there and into this building. And my uncle, there he is. Unighost, he is called. He is 55 and he doesn't like us that much yet. He's rather neutral to us. Hey stranger, what brings you to our valley? You don't look like a merchant or pilgrim. No, I'm not. I'm Rasimir, and I came from the south looking for my uncle Jordan. In his old town, they called him Jordan the Raftsman. Jordan, yes, you told me once about his life on the river. You came to the right place, but a few years too late, I'm afraid. Why that? What happened to my uncle? He was a great man, an even better friend, Rasimir. As a good craftsman and an excellent trader, he made a small fortune here. See the tavern over there? He built and ran it, as well as many other shops you will find in the valley. My mother told me that he got wealthy in the north. I had no idea how wealthy, but that doesn't answer my question. Your uncle got himself killed, my friend. He had this idea of a huge trade with the German kingdom in the west. 5 carts filled with the best iron ore, beautiful colored linen, and our excellent beer, pulled by 10 oxen. He was not fooling around, I can tell you that much. So what happened? His truck got ambushed by bandits, his cart is slaughtered. He must have put up a good fight, took 2 with them to death, from what we saw when we searched for him. I buried him myself, or better, what the wolves left behind. I'm so sorry to be the bearer of such news. And my uncle is dead, his wealth is gone. I came all the way here for nothing. Don't say that. I wouldn't let a nephew of Jordan go to waste, and even if most villagers forgot fast what they owe your uncle, I have no intention to join them there. I'm the castellan, and my word still carries weight. So tell me, can you build your own fortune? I can craft simple tools, I can collect my necessities from the wilderness, and I know how to count. That's good enough. I may not have goods or gold to offer, but you can have as much land here as you want. Not sold, but granted to you for life. Build a house, grow vegetables, keep some livestock, and follow your uncle's dreams. You serious? My own land, as much as I want. As much as you put to good use, my boy, and as long as you can pay your taxes. I understand. So what advice do you have? Well, you can cut down trees to build your house. Reed grows by the river. It will work well for a roof. Do you have some food with you? Well, a bit. If necessary, you will find several vendors in our village. If you don't have any money for food, you can always look for mushrooms in the forest or hunt animals. And maybe I could earn them? Sure, you can talk to people here or in other villages. Maybe someone will pay you for your help. Well, thanks for the advice. We get a wooden hammer from him as well. And see you next time. And that's basically the introduction. Now, a very long introduction, I should say, but that's it. So we do get our own piece of land. We can actually choose it ourselves. And we do also have the next quest. So build our first house. Now for this, very important to choose a starting location. Well, we can do other things as well. We could just go around now and accept quests and do these quests, get some rewards from that, some experience points, some tools perhaps, or we just build our own fortune, as he said, basically. Now, I cannot just build a house though anywhere, right? So I can't build it right beside the village. There is this law that you have to put some distance between your house and other houses. So this is something we need to do. And look at that, we also got a few quest markers here up and running now. Especially up here, we got a lot of quests. There are 3 of them. Yeah, and basically we have to choose our location. I do favor a few of them. And boy, this game is beautiful, isn't it? Now to the left corner we have our water, food, stamina system. So of course we need to drink constantly. For this we can always just go to one of these rivers here and drink some water if we need to. But we will also need to eat something at some point. So we do also need to go for some hunting. But let's first find our starting location, shall we? One of the first resources that I need is reed, or straws, and this is exactly what I can do here. So by the river we have lots of that resource that I can just gather away. Some straws there. We do need 20 for the first house. Of course, most of the buildings needed for the roof. So let's just collect those 20. And there we have it, right? So the first 20 straws. We do need a few sticks and stones as well for our first axe, with which we can then chop down some trees as well. And then we have a stone, for example. Rather basic beginning, but basic beginnings are not the worst beginnings. There we have another stone and another one, very good. Aside all the other things that we can find here, I also found some berries already that we might use then for some eating. There's another stone. And you know what? I'm a sucker for mountains. I live in Austria after all, so we do have a lot of mountains and I just have to have some mountains around me. These are the biggest mountains that I've found in this game and it's located close to this lake there. The only downside that we have when we are with this lake here, that there is no reed. So I will have to get straws from the river down there. But you know, you can take a lot of straws with you and you don't need that many of them. So I got 100 with me, that should last me for a bit. Up here, it's very nice actually. We do have the lake there for the water supply that we want. We have some beautiful mountains for the mining later. We also have lots and lots of trees and huge flat land there right in front of us as well for farming and stuff like that. I like this. I like this place here a lot. It's very idyllic, and we will also have a nice view of the lake then at some point. We can build our road here then from up there to this point there, and also to this road system there, and the road system takes us then right to Gustovia again, where we need to go from time to time. So it's not that much of a walk there, right? Also Danica is rather close by, and Lesnica, so there are a few towns close by that we can always go for some trading and stuff. And yes, also, very important, the mushrooms that we have. Let's collect a few of them. I will need some mushrooms to eat. That is fine. So let's just have a look at the tasks that we need. First of all, sticks. I need to collect still a few more sticks. We do have some berries here as well, as I can see right now. Very good, berries. These are unripe berries, so I cannot eat them right away, or I shouldn't eat them right away. They will make my stomach turn. Other than that, there we have some sticks once again. So let's just gather a few of them. I have enough sticks now. There we have a few more. Very good. And I still need a bit of stone. That's strange. There's another stick. And perhaps we can find... Yeah, that is not a stick. I want a stone. Very good, I got my stone, and now what we need to do is we need to craft our first tool with that. That is a stone axe. So let's craft this real quick. And there we have it, stone axe. That is our next quest, and we need to equip it now. So that we have the stone axe, and I can put it on the hotkey number 1. The wooden hammer for building I'm going to put on number 2. Wait a second, let's put this one on number 1 and this one on number 2. Because the wooden hammer I need way more of, the stone axe I need way more often, and it's just easier to reach. And there we have our stone axe. So what we need to do with the stone axe, you ask now? Well, I tell you that, chopping down the trees. And there we have our first tree. And basically it's just chopping it down. Hopefully it's not falling in my direction. It's actually not falling in any direction right now. So let's just chop it even more, and there it's collapsing now. Very good. And there we got the logs. We do need a few of these logs, so let's collect them. I think I need around 5 or something like that. There we got the next one. So we have a lot of trees here that kind of like destroy the sight to this beautiful lake that we have there, but I'm going to change that. The next tree is falling down. And just look how beautiful it is. And once it's down, we need to chop it into further pieces, so into a few sticks and the logs that we can then just gather with that. Of course, we cannot take endless logs now with us, because otherwise we would have no space anymore in our storage. So there we have the logs now. And we should also be drinking something from time to time to fill up the water once again. So lucky we have a lake here nearby. Going right or coming right from this beautiful lake that we have there. And yeah, those deers are crazy. And yeah, you might say it's looking a bit dark here at the moment, and you might be right with that. We have way too many trees. So of course we're going to chop down a lot of these trees at some point, and then we have a clearer view over everything here. So over this valley that we have right in front of us, and also towards the lake there and the mountains behind it ultimately. But for now, this will do. And you know what, I moved a bit further down to this area there. I just like it way more. It's closer to the river there, and we now have a lot of nice space here around us as well. And this is where I want to build my first house. So let's, I think we still need some trees for our first house. There we have it. Simple, small house. Actually, we have everything for it. There it is, the blueprint for it. We can turn it around now if we want to. So we have the door to this side. So I'm going to build it just like that to have a nice overview of the valley there. And there it is, basically our first house. A beautiful location. I can totally see a lot of buildings here and some fields somewhere as well. Perhaps down then to the river we have the fields. And yeah, up here we have the mountain to the back, or well, the hilly side to the back. So we're still a bit closer to the mining. And as we can see, our house is now popping up. So this is our new village that we have, and we can always then travel to the spot again. Now the house is looking rather, yeah, basic at the moment. I would not want to live in here during a storm. So what we need to do next is I put out my wooden hammer, and boom, what happens now is we do get the blueprint of this building, and we just need to chop it. All right, we just need to hammer on it, and with the sticks that I have and the logs that I need, we can then happily build this one, right? So as we can see, we still need quite a lot of logs. So let's just go ahead And take a few trees here, not that many, right? So I don't want to chop down everything or all the trees that we have in our surroundings. This would be very bad. I still like to have some trees here and there, especially this beauty here. This is a beautiful tree. What we can also see is it's getting a bit dark here now. So in that regard, I still don't need to really hurry up, right? We are in the warm season after all. But let's just get our logs here. Also some more sticks and mushrooms. Very good. We need to eat now as well. Let's go for the inventory and then for the food. And then we have the apples and we can eat them. And as we can see, it's filling up our bar. Well, it might be getting dark, but we still need to continue with our house. So there we also have the next wall to that. I've also chopped down a few more trees, so we should have now all the logs available. Also, this wall here takes another log then. We still need a lot of sticks, as I can see. There's another one finished. What do we have here? There we have the door up and running now as well. On the side, another one log and then the sticks. So for this one, we still need some logs and sticks. That's it. And also the roof. Let's just have a look at that. Can we enter this one now? Yes, we can. Up here, we do need still logs and straws, what I can see. Alrighty, so let's do this. Now, also because it's night, I should equip my torch. So this one here that we can then equip. And out here, I can now have my beautiful torch. It's endless, so it doesn't really take anything. And I still can use my tools while having also the torch there and chopping down the trees. So even during night, we have to work. Sleepiness is not that high yet. Though, of course, at some point we will need to sleep as well. And for this, we also have something, and that is then our beds. And what we can see also here is we can build roads. So we can then also have our own road to the village itself. And just like that, we do have our very first house and also finished our very first quest. Now, the cool thing is, as we can see with the house, we do get a few basic commodities. So it's not per se or very strict survival in that regard, since we do already have a few things at hand. Like, for example, a double bed. So isn't that nice? We already provided for a future wifey. We also got a cauldron here that we can, well, then cook our berries, and also a chest where we can store some resources. Let's get going to the bed though, since it's night and I am sleepy, and well, it is also rather dark outside. And that's it already. We have the next day. We slept. It was quick, right? It's a bit foggy today. No problem yet though. And yeah, we do have a new quest. Chapter 2, a survivalist. Very nice that the game is helping us there with getting started on this. We do need for today, our task for today are, well, a rabbit trap, a wooden spear, a stone knife. We do need to hunt at least one animal and survive for a season. Oh, a season. So I guess this quest will last us a bit longer. There we have a few berries once again. So let's just check what we need. So we do need the stone knife, stone skinning knife I have in store. I guess this is what is meant with that. A bit of stone, a bit of sticks. Let's craft it. This is then for skinning some animals. Very good. Next up, we do need to have a wooden spear. We do need a log for that. Lucky us, we do have one. There we have the spear ready and a rabbit trap. Now the rabbit trap we find under others, traps, and rabbit trap. 10 sticks for that. We can place the trap now somewhere, anywhere in the forest there, most likely. So let's just see that we can remember it, right? And doesn't my house look juicy there? Beautiful in the light. A very foggy day actually. And yeah, let's just place it behind the house somewhere. We got some wild animals here, I'm sure. Let's place our wild animal there, the trap there, right? There it is. And we just need to wait now for a rabbit to come along. Now, oh, what I can see over there is some game. Let's crouch in position. Hunt a wild animal. Let's go for our inventory there real quick. We do have this spear. I will need a few spears though. Also the stone knife, let's put it on 4. Right, and let's also eat something. We have the mushrooms. They are still very much fresh. So this gives us a bit, at least. I mean, look at that. It's barely anything. Keeps us alive there a bit. Oh, the oat rolls though, the bread. This is really giving us a lot. Right, so we have the spear. I could throw the spear, right, and does hit it and hopefully fatally hit it. So I'm going to need a few more if I want to throw it. Wooden spear there, we have it. Unfortunately, no... Oh, a torch we also need. Unfortunately, no bow yet, but I'm pretty sure we get one down the line. So let's craft the torch. And also here, another spear. Let's make 2 more spears. Alrighty, and let's get to the hunt. There we have the animal. I need to hit it, of course. And that was a hit. It is still standing. A second hit. And a third hit. And the third hit. It's still living, right? Oh, it's stuck, I think. Alright, look at that. The poor beast. What is going on here? I cannot kill it with a knife, unfortunately. Can I take... I can take one of them again. A wooden spear. So that is this one here on the 3. And perhaps with the 3 I can then kill it. Oh, it takes a lot of hits. Are you kidding me? We can take the spear again. We can take all the spears. Is this bugged? I think it is bugged right now. Yeah, this one is not dying. Now it is dead. Alright, this took a lot of work there. This was our quest for today, actually. Let's pick up the spears. And yeah, thanks to our knife that we have somewhere, we can also skin this one now. Yes, a bit of leather, a bit of meat we have. Let's take whatever is left here as well. I think I hear something. No, that's fine though. Alrighty, so a few more sticks we need. You can never have enough sticks there. And I think that's it for now. There's more mushrooms. We might actually find a recipe and cook them if we need that. And that's it for starters. Now, the trap will certainly not have an animal yet. Let's go for some other tasks. Now, with the ladder, I would like to get a bag now. Let's get us a bag. This will increase our storage space, so what we can carry around. Very good with that. And let's just see, we also could go with a campfire and can roast some meat if we need to. We also go with the first furniture here, so planks for the wash tub actually, but planks I don't have yet. And collecting some mushrooms, we also get a new level of survival skill that we can then hopefully kind of invest. So let's have a look at the skills there. And as we can see here, survival and talents point, we actually have 2 talents points here that we can now invest into new activities. We can increase our survival knowledge. This gives me a skill point there. Can we kind of like make this bigger? We can also go with the... that we have it anyway, the insensitive work. So 2 degrees better temperature tolerance that we have. And this one here, 15% bigger resistance to poisoning. Let's go with the survival knowledge, right? So this gives me another point. Now we have unlocked sensing mushrooms, feathers and herbs in inspector mode. And also here 10% more health. Let's actually go with the sensing mushrooms, feathers and herbs as another skill point. And with that we also have unlocked new things, so like a bigger fishing net limit or 10% faster movement in water. As we can see, quite a lot of stuff only in this one tree that we have there unlocked now. And the inspector mode, as we can see, this is it. And we can see quite a lot of new things here. So the broadleaf plantain, right? So we can now collect it with in inspector mode. We can also then see the mushrooms everywhere and additional information. So this is pretty helpful, I think. Alright, another thing that we also got a new quest here, Unighost's story. So I think I settled in nicely. Life is good around here, the soil is rich and fertile. Maybe it's time to go to Unighost and talk about my future here. Perhaps he has some work for me. So talk to him, our next goal. And lucky, as we can see, this is just around the corner. We also see our trap. How nice is that? So we can always go back to it and find hopefully some rabbits there. Now in Gostovia, I want to go, but what I want to do in preparation for that is, of course, preparing some stuff that I can sell to make our first cash as well. And also to, well, we could make some tools and sell the tools then. Something like that. So if I bring along some nice materials that I can craft, I think this will work nicely for us. It's the middle of the day anyway, and I'm setting to go. I hope you enjoyed so far, and we'll see each other in the next episode when I arrive in the town to continue with the story and also make some cash. Stay tuned.